Hello and welcome to a new series, Stellaris. So, first off, this is obviously also a Paradox Development Studio game, and I got inspired, quote-unquote, by their own series, the YouTuber Wars, and I was very insulted that they didn't invite me, of course. I mean, why didn't they invite me? I'm a pretty big YouTuber, but just saying. Anyways, so I thought I wanted to bring something else to my channel, which I always try, but sometimes it doesn't work because nobody watches this, sometimes it doesn't work because I don't enjoy the game. Like, Europa Universalis, don't get me wrong, I enjoy that game so much. I've played it like 1,500 hours, and it was just crazy. But I don't enjoy recording it for some reason, I don't know. Hopefully Stellaris is going to be a little bit different here. I didn't really play it too much. I still played it for 80 hours, but it's not that much. But I'm wasting time here. So let's just start in a new game. I only have one DLC, which is the Leviathan Story Pack DLC, which I just got for this Let's Play. So we have a couple of pre-made races here already that I've made long ago. But we're not going to pay attention to them. We're going to create a new race here. And of course it's going to be... Well, let's just look at what we have here. With this slug. That's good. We could have a Hydra here, or this Sea Star. What else do we have? We have some kind of snake. This looks like the creature from Monsters, Inc., the Disney movie with the monsters, where they have like these doors they go through and then scare children to get energy. That is the thing that can change the color, the chameleon creature, straight up. And this is Mike Watsky, whatever his name was. Then we have a couple of birds, some bird people. Whatever this thing is. Wait, I thought these things are reptilian. They're arthropods, whatever that means. But I did play... This guy has an anus as his mouth. This guy is pretty high up in the rank of being played already. Humanoids are just boring. But I also kind of want to play this guy for a reason that you do not know yet. But I think we're gonna play as Space Lions. Sure, let's take Space Lions, and we are going to name... this is a species, huh? Well, it's going to be Space Lions. And... oh, Space Lion, sorry. And then Space Lions. Space Lion. Space... Lions... in space. Perfect. Next. Now, we need our leader's name, so we could have, like... hive mind names, or humanoid names, or whatever. What are we again? We are a mammalian, so that's probably what we're going to take. So what do we have? Jakir, Sakir, Jakir, Vir, Jagor, Fotana, Haroto, Dicini. No. Task Force, Utaris, Task Force. That's kind of nice. Virpim den Irida, Barim dem Holus. That's fantastic. Oh, I like this. The Horizon Core, the Assault Core, the Battle Core, the First Order. Yeah, that's what we're gonna take here. That's our names. Now we need to take our... This is also a female, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Now we need to take our species traits. So we have 5 points... no, we have 2 points left, but we can take 5 points, or 5 traits at all, because there are a couple of traits that give me points back, like non-adaptive, for example, or slow breeders. What I usually like to take is indeed happiness without owned population. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay, they need slaves. Fleeting, leader lifespan, that's not that nice. Deviant, growing ethics, attraction, no. No. Solitary? Solitary is not bad. Remember, the species tend to be solitary and territorial, often becoming agitated in crowded conditions. Yeah, that's kind of even makes sense, because we are space lions, so... Migration and resettlement. No. Weak, definitely not. Slow learners, also not. I might take non-adaptive here as well. So now we have 5 points and can take 3 traits. So what are we? We could be industrious or agrarian. But why don't we... We're definitely intelligent. That's good. We are going to be... very strong, maybe? Army damage and minerals. Or just strong. Charismatic would be nice, maybe. Vulnerable and venerable or enduring. Resilient. Garrison health, no. Consumer goods. Can't we take like... Oh, we are not adaptive. Obviously we can't take something that is adaptive then. Garrison health, no, I don't like that. Consumer goods cost, that might be good. Conservative. Leader lifespan isn't too important. I might just take very strong. It's going to make our army very strong and also give us more minerals. Very good. Yeah, we are very strong and intelligent people, but we don't adapt well and are quite territorial. Makes sense for space lines. You're going to be a male and you're going to be... Rex, because Rex means king. I think you put that. I don't know if you put that before, if it is Rex Roll or Roll Rex, but this is, I think, the Latin word for king, so... or maybe we're just going... Actually, that's my name, isn't it? Just going to be Roll then, and the ruler title is going to be Lord. And this needs to be Lady. And we don't have an heir at the moment because we haven't come to our government form yet. So, color. Ooh, nice. A white one, huh? But I do like this brownish one the most, to be honest. And actually, this one is not bad. Or a gray one. But let's take this, I don't actually know. Alpha is very decisive with these things. Let's take this one. This one looks fine. He's going to get some other clothes. Though, something that... Ooh, this looks pretty good. Looks like a military uniform. Spacesuit doesn't really fit. Yeah, let's get this. And the room, we're going to get one with... there is one... Yeah, this one exactly, with like trophies in the background. Perfect. Next, we get our homeworld and, of course, our name. So our homeworld is going to be... oh, damn. I don't think I can just type that out of my head. Whoops. Aiden... Drill... Ah, there we go. Another name that I will fail to pronounce. Sorry, I just... But yeah, it's from the books that my name is from. And the star name is going to be... Dahara. There we go. We're going to take... Well, I think a dry would make most sense, because we are living like in a savanna or something. But a continental world would also be fitting, or maybe even a tropical. I think a tundra wouldn't make too much sense, though I do love the frozen themselves. Maybe an alpine world. No, that doesn't make much sense, does it? So it looks really sweet. Let's take the alpine world, why not? And we're going to get a mammalian city, of course, here. Because that's what we are. Now, this is the interesting section. So we can pick 2 civics. We have our authority and our ethics, which we can take 3 out of, or 3 points. For example, if we double down on xenophobic, then this costs us 2. And it gives us fanatic xenophobe. But why don't we yeah, our authority is going to change our civics. So we could become democratic, holds an election every 10 years to select a new ruler. Absolutely not. Oligarchic, it's also not really what I want. Dictatorial, holds an election upon ruler death to select a new ruler. No, we're going to be an imperial, an empire basically. Upon ruler death, a designated successor becomes the new ruler. Imperial governments are similar to dictatorial ones, except that the throne is always inherited by a designated successor upon the ruler's death. Great. We're going to be rather militaristic, I think. Gives us army damage and fire rate. I don't think we want to be fanatic militaristic though. And we're going to be slightly authoritarian. And we're also going to be a little bit xenophobe. Yeah, we don't like other people. Though I do like materialistic, to be honest. That's kind of nice, but I think these other... So this gives me army damage and fire rate. The only true virtues are courage and discipline, and channeled properly they can overcome any obstacle. Therein lies true strength, force withheld, a promise made. Xenophobe gives me rivalry influence gain and border range, which I really like. The stakes could not be higher as we reach into the vast uncharted expanses of the galaxy, for we are gambling with the very survival of our species. Never trust the alien, its false smile hides an unknowable mind. And authoritarian, monthly influence and slave resource production. A strong guiding hand is essential to the success of any civilization. The alternative would be anarchy and chaos. It is the duty of the state to steer its citizens towards the paths that are the most productive. Or we could take instead materialistic. As we reach for the stars, we must put away childish things, gods, spirits, and other phantasms of the brain. Reality is cruel and unforgiving, yet we must steel ourselves and secure the survival of our race through the unflinching pursuit of science and technology. Yeah, I do like that. I mean, research speed is also kind of good, and both make somewhat sense. Now, we of course have our civics here. There's quite a lot of them. We can't take the beacon of liberty because we are kind of xenophobe and democratic, so we can't take that. Let's see, we can take 2. I'm gonna look at the stats which they would give me and then decide. For example, the elite would give me recruitment cost reduction for governors and empire leader capacity, but I didn't want that. Resettlement cost, no. Monthly influence, cutthroat politics, I think that's pretty good. The political system in the society is renowned for its intrigue, power struggles, shady backroom deals, and cloak and dagger scheming are powerful for the cause. Those who survive long enough to learn the game, however, tend to learn it well. Also, this is going to take quite a while. Distinguishable materiality, not really. Evasion and fire rate is not bad. Core sector systems, efficient bureaucracy is pretty good. Consumer cost, the effects of subject powers on relations is reduced by 50%, but all subjects are allowed to colonize planets outside their borders. Dude, I like that, actually. That means my vassals are a lot stronger, if I get vassals. Mining guilds are also quite nice, but yeah, I think that is something I would like. I mean, technocracy is good, but police state is also very nice. But this is new. I haven't seen this before. The society is organized in a feudal manner with a monarch whose rules rely on powerful vassals that govern their territories with considerable autonomy. The effects of subject power on relations is reduced by 50%. Sure, let's get that. What is next? Our empire name, of course. Well, it's going to be... Also, it's going to be the... Well, what is the random? Hierarchy of the Hara, United Space Line Autocracy, Space Line Autocracy, Empire of Adentril. I like that. I like that a lot, yeah. And then, of course, the most important, our flag. And we need a domination for sure. Paradox, yeah. No, we need a domination here for sure. Get me, like... Ooh, this is pretty good. I like this as well. Now, I think this one is really good. And we want... I like that, kind of. primary color, it's not going to be red, that's a bit too... Maybe gold? That's a bit not gold enough, to be honest. Secondary color, can you be red and we can take this as black? But that doesn't look too good. I want it to be golden. Golden and black? No. Maybe purple? No, that doesn't look too good. That's... green doesn't look too good. I think black does need to be done here. And this the circle down here is going to be in a secondary color. Of course. And this is the best we can get to gold. So I think we're gonna take that. Though I don't really like the black. But is there something else that would fit better? Maybe this brown? It doesn't look good. And this isn't really the purple I would like. It's not imperial enough. But I suppose it has to do. Now, our starting weapons. We could get projectiles, energy or missile weapons. Mass drivers that use electromagnetic catapults to accelerate projectiles towards targets at blinding speed. While somewhat limited in range, their kinetic energy and high rate of fire chew through shields with ease. Energy weapons. These directed energy weapons emit focused laser beams at their targets. They are effective at medium to close range, largely ignoring the bulk of enemy armor. Or missile weapons. Space-to-space missiles are armed with nuclear warheads. Missiles have excellent range, but are vulnerable to interception by point defense systems. Usually I go with projectile weapons, because I think that makes a lot of sense, and I like that. So, let's go with that. We have the warp travel, hyperspace travel, or wormhole travel. I'm gonna go with warp. The warp drive generates a subspace bubble around the ship, making faster than light speeds attainable. This allows for free but relatively slow travel between the stars, given the great distances involved. Yeah. And of course our ship appearance. And we're gonna have mammalian ships, probably. And that's it. That's our empire. Of course, we now need to save it. The Empire of Adriel, and we're going to just start finally the game. We're gonna play on medium in a... Why don't we go with a ring? That sounds fun. We're going to get... What's this? Oh, it's randomized. No, we're not randomizing that. We're going to get 7 AI empires, 2 fallen empires, 1 primitive civilization. This controls the prevalence of primitive civilizations in the galaxy. That is the more likely you'll find. Let's make that a 2. Crisis is fine. Habitable worlds is fine. Everything else is on normal. And empire placement is Iron mode? Sure. Let's get Iron mode as well. And there we go. Finally starting the game. Sorry that it took this long. I'm probably going to put a comment or something down below where you can then skip the empire creation to get to this immediately. But here we are in our new solar system, the Empire of Adriel. In the aeons since the first primitive spaceline communities, I mean, we weren't called that back then, I suppose, communities took shape in the rugged mountain valleys of Adriel. Our civilization has spread and prospered. The early chaotic periods of our history saw many nation-states vying with each other for power, until we were at least united under the strongest of these. Only when guided by a single vision could we reach our full potential, and an era of stability and scientific progress followed. Now, after the successful creation of several experimental subspace fields, the finest minds of the Empire of Adriel have finished development of the first warp drives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Begin. So, let's... Can I not zoom out further? Really? Oh, okay, I can. So... Really, I thought... Okay, this is the galaxy. As I said, it's going to be in a ring, so expansion towards this side obviously is kind of hampered, but we are in a good position to expand in everything else, in every other direction. But now we must focus on our home planet here. So we have a fleet of 3 ships, I think, rather weak. We have a construction ship and a science ship. Science ship is going to be serving our system for now. We're going to go to very fast speeds here. Actually, we have a new air, and I do need to get science done here. Administrative AI, that's probably just straight up a really good thing to get starting at. Naval capacity is not that important. Planetary unification, ancient warring tribes, historical nations in conflict, now unified in empire. We must not, will not crumble. That's pretty good. Just one more influence. I'm gonna talk about all these resources when we come to it, but for now let's get technology done here. Whenever we finish researching a technology, up to 3 new options will be generated. Nuclear missiles, so we could straight up go to missiles if we wanted to, or we could improve our spaceport, which is this thing over here. This thing is our spaceport. We probably want to upgrade that so that we can create corvettes. So why don't we do that? We can actually create corvettes. Anyways, let's keep going. So we have 3 resources here. Actually, we have 5, but 3 are very important for now. Energy credits, minerals, and food. Energy credits and minerals are mined from, you know, from worlds, asteroids, and planets, while food is made here, on our planet, which we will also upgrade at some point. But for now, why don't we go ahead and just build a mining station over here, while we also have this over here. Okay, I'm gonna go offline in Steam because people are just riding me left and right here. Go away. Leave me alone. So, you are building...
Survey complete.
Oh, thank you. So, our system was surveyed. Let's go and send you over to... what's this called? Iriamus. While we will build maybe something in our... we can clear the industrial wasteland over here. It's going to cost us a little bit, but it's going to clear up more space for our people. And it's actually costing me more than I would like. The Ute Empire. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Iriamus 1A. Our scientists think they inhabited this region of stars roughly 6 million years ago. Based on the age of artifacts... no, based on the age of the artifacts. The aliens called themselves the Ute and appeared to have been very larger flat arthropod analogues. It seems a single individual could reach a length of nearly 100 meters as an adult, and it was apparently exceedingly rare for more than 2 or 3 Ute to travel aboard the same starship. Interesting.
Updated.
Discover the alien life. I might turn up the sound a bit. The ISS Separanasundem has made a startling find on Iriamus 1A. The moon is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on Aidendril, which isn't that our star? Oh no. That's our planet. These amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Iriamus 1A are sapient, it's likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. We may not be alone out there after all. So let me quickly go into the settings and maybe turn up the whole volume by turning down the music, maybe the advisor and ambient and effects a bit up. Hopefully not too loud, so that they don't drown out me. But where's my this is my mining station. Okay, so we are mining this now with this station right here. There we go. And over here we have my ship. Let's actually go down to normal speeds and just watch my ship fly. Yeah, move here. Oh, this is actually my ship. I thought this was my ship. And there we go. It's, well, sorry. Habitable World Survey, but here we go. It's my ship. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Aidendril. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. We have more important matters to focus on, or begins the habitable world survey event chain.
Situation log.
Sure, let's do that. Well, you will build a research station. Okay, so this will actually give us science research, which are more resources over here. Which, you know, the more research we have, the quicker we obviously research stuff. I haven't played this game in quite a while, so bear with me here for a moment. So this would give us society research, which would be speeding up this research here in the middle. Contact reports, remnants. The administration on Alien received science officer Seyfeth Kur-Yuhal's report on the alien remnants with some apprehension. The leavings in question are now widely considered to be definite proof of unknown forces once having been active in the galaxy, though some prominent spaceline thinkers reject this in favor of identifying the traces as freak geological formations or results of curious natural phenomena. Sure. By the way, where's my ship? It has not yet finished its work over here. Okay, let's speed it up again. We still have some minerals over here. Yeah, we don't need that. Go away. Where is my ship? Ah, it's building up here. Okay. So you're going to build over here next. While in Aidendrill we have
Tile blocker cleared.
a space line over here that I would like to build something in a terrain. It gives us food, so I think hydroponics farms would be the best thing to build here. So we're gonna do that. It's going to cost us quite some minerals. I'm going to speed it up again because it's just...
Anomaly found.
Anomaly found. Yes, research this. And what's this? Oh, he leveled up. Okay, they're very good. My construction ship has finished the science station and is now going to build me this over here to get more minerals, which we definitely will need. The brief field. The strong gravity well of Iriamus 4 has pulled in a massive amount of space debris which has formed a dense layer around parts of the gas giant. Most of it appears to be wreckages from a series of space battles fought in the system several millennia ago. Scavengers have already scoured the debris of valuable technology and artifacts, but a mining station should be able to recycle the material. Iriamus 4 has +3. Now the question is, if we know that scavengers have taken it, then we already know that there are other... Well, I suppose the whole...
System survey complete.
It shouldn't be surprising that there were other nations or races with space travel. Build me the mining stations over here, while you go over here to survey the system. So we haven't found another habitable planet yet. But we are making some progress here, at least on energy, minerals, not on energy. So there's a potentially habitable world over here, but it doesn't look like it's going to be... No, it is alpine. So it is of our... what we like, basically. This fleet is just going to circle around Aidendrill for now. I might need to clear these sprawling slums because I need the energy at some point. We do have some buildings over here already. A power plant, planetary administration, mining networks, a hydroponic farm, and a science lab down here. Oh, you already surveyed it? That's pretty good. I want to go into... Okay. Take this ship and we're going to expand down here because there's much more planets down here that are much closer. Traditions available, that's good. So we're just going to send you down here and have you survey most of these systems. And we don't need to bother with you after that. You are done, so why don't you... It's just research. It's pretty expensive. But build the research station over here and we're going to get our first tradition. So this is another resource over here, Unity. With enough Unity we can choose and adopt all of these traditions at some point. It's going to take a long time and they're going to be more expensive the more traditions we choose. Now the first is pretty important, I would say, because it does give us like an adoption effect. For example, colony development speed, 100%, that's pretty good. This would give us war demand to subjugate other empires is reduced by 25%, and we get plus 20 to acceptance when diplomatically subjugating other enemy empires. That's pretty nice as well. Chip cost and building cost is reduced, which is good. This is also really good. Pop growth speed. Then we have supremacy, which just gives us 20% border range, which I also quite like. Diplomacy is just diplomacy. And discovery gives us better chances to not die, basically. Though I don't think I'm gonna take that. I might take expansion. Capital buildings now produce additional 1 unity. For the purpose of colonizing and building frontier outpost systems count as being half the regular distance away. The effect has increased tradition cost by a number of colonies is reduced. New colonies start with 1 additional pop. That's pretty nice. And the frontier outpost cost is reduced. Domination is also pretty good, but it's not really important yet for us. Harmony is something I would definitely like. Negative impact of governing ethics is reduced. Unrest is reduced on all of our planets for the greater good. That's pretty nice. I think I'm gonna go and take this for now. To start off with, yes. Just 25% quicker growth for our planets is going to be pretty big. And my construction ship is done it's working over there. Science ship is now working over here. Can I... The Hera.
Research complete.
Research. Monthly influence and propaganda broadcast. Very nice. Growth speed. That's pretty good. It also unlocks the biological path of research. We could take unlock the heritage site, which does produce 4 unity. Or we could upgrade our hydroponics farms. I think with the genome mapping, I'm going to start, because growth speed is nice, as we just established. And biological path is also quite nice. This takes 8 months, and yeah, just a lot of months still. That this all will take. And what I wanted to look, where's my space station? Over here.
Construction
We
complete.
cannot afford a colony
System
ship right
survey
now, because they're
complete.
just really expensive. Though, you will go over here and build this research station. And then we're just straight up going to wait, because we can't do much more. Right now, at least. There might be another potential world, 2 worlds actually, which this is also a good section to maybe colonize, because it's not quite in our empire like this is one. We can always colonize this, but this will actually expand our empire onto these planets here. So that's quite nice. And of course we
Research
haven't
complete.
actually found anyone else yet. Okay, research speed plus 5%, that's pretty good. Synchronized defenses, fire rate and weapon damage for stations. Sentinel point defense. That is pretty good. Or assist research. I think I'm gonna go with the sentinel point defense. That's just a really good weapon system that we want. I'm gonna show you the weapon systems once I actually upgrade my ships to have new ones. But until then we're just going to
Construction
accept
complete.
what we have here. So you are going to go over here now, because first of all we have a lot of energy and minerals over there. And oh, we can actually afford to build a colony ship now.
Anomaly
That's
found.
nice. And we have an anomaly. We're going to research that, of course. Sadly, it's probably going to... No, it's not. Okay. I thought that might disrupt my orders, which it didn't do. So we're going to wait until the colony ship here is done. How's the surface looking? We've got our new population here. UE listening post, or UTE. We have discovered several massive listening arrays on Nolian the First. Nolian 1. These arrays are millions of years old, and we believe they were originally built by the UTE, though it appears at least one of other alien civilizations repurposed them at some point in the last 500,000 years for their own needs. The colossal receiving dishes are beyond repair, though some terminals are still intact. Listening arrays on Nolian
Situation
One.
log updated.
I don't know what exactly that means. I can research this, but I need a researcher with skill 5 or higher, which I don't have right now. So we're going to wait on our colonist, while let's take a look at the Hara, or Aidendril rather. So
System survey
this gives me an
complete.
adjacency bonus, though I don't really know why. Didn't we clear this? If not, we are going to do so now, because we want to get this new population down here. And we're going to look at everything once we actually get to it, but for now, I'm just going to show you the basics that we need.
File blocker cleared.
Okay, so now we can drag this population over here and get these 2 energy credits. Syrian civilization encountered. We have detected the presence of a primitive alien civilization on Klart in the Zaozuno system. They appear to be in the later stages of the Bronze Age, having mastered early metalworking. Although most of their population is rural, several large city-states have formed. We should consider building an observation post above their world to study them more closely. So we now know that there's a primitive world over here. How fascinating. And contact report primitives. News of the primitive creatures exhibiting rudimentary intelligence, the so-called ISS Sapernosedem, is not received well on Aidendril. A profound sense of unease permeates the public debate as a vocal minority advocates establishing spaceline hegemony over the alien planet by any means necessary, while most space lines would seemingly prefer to avoid the alien creatures or forget about them entirely. Suppose we could conquer them. I don't actually see them, because they are on this planet. There they are. Weird people. Our colony ship is done, which is good. So let's send it over here. And we're gonna say Dussel 3 is going to be our first colonized planet. Wow, this planet actually sucks. Well, I suppose we're gonna Dussel Prime. There we go. Go forth, colony ship. Make me proud. Can probably watch the colony ship leave. Nope, it's already gone. There it is. And we're going to get our construction ship ready, because it's going to build up all of these resources. Whoosh, go forth, small ship. Man, this star is really bright. Who would have thought? Okay, this is not going to take long, because they're just laying down there. The first space-lying colony. Our colony ship managed with a surprising grace to maneuver between the massive peaks that are so prevalent in the jagged landscape of Dussel Prime. It touched down in a sheltered valley that will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. The first Space Lion city on an alien world. A great day for the Empire of Aidendril. So now we are going to establish our colony, which is going to be extremely costly. But we also have some influence over here now, so we can build all these mining stations. But yeah, it's going to cost us a lot of energy credits until it is done. And we have discovered a second primitive culture, which is surprising.
Research
But I did upgrade, said that we want to have more primitive cultures.
anomaly found.
Yes, research this anomaly. Even though it's probably going to kill you. And what did we research? Okay, no. I don't know what we researched. It was the growth rate, yes. Slave army and slave processing facility. I don't think I want to go with slaves immediately. Petharan dust refining. Food output 10%. This energy dense fine dust serves as an excellent fertilizer. So we could get a new resource. Which, let's do that. And we're going to get a new research here done as well very soon. In 2 months. We are not suffering as bad of an... Oh. Okay, he just failed. But he didn't die, at least. There's a lot of resources around on these planets, especially a lot of
Research
research done
complete.
here. And mineral storage capacity, and we can build a new spaceport, basically. But why don't we go ahead and upgrade our coil guns? Their thrusters might be nice, or armor. But let's go with better weaponry. And I'm gonna end the first episode here. I thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, then consider leaving a like and a comment down below. And we will see us in the next episode. Until then, take care. Bye.